Have you ever stood in front of your closet on a warm summer morning, gently touching the fabric of an old blouse, and wondered, why doesn't this feel like me anymore? Not because it's out of style, not because it's too tight or too loose, but because somehow it no longer speaks to the woman you've become. That quiet dissonance is something many women over 60 know intimately. This video, 10 Summer Wardrobe Essentials for Women Over 60, was created precisely for you, the woman who no longer dresses to impress but to express. You are not chasing the past, you are celebrating the present. And today, you deserve a summer wardrobe that reflects your inner peace, your quiet boldness, and the elegant freedom that only comes with time. In the next few minutes, we'll journey through 10 beautiful, thoughtful wardrobe essentials, garments that do more than cover your body. They carry your story, your grace, your unshakable confidence. These aren't fast fashion trends. They are timeless pieces that honor your natural beauty and invite joy back into getting dressed. But before we begin, allow me to welcome you warmly to the Timeless Wise channel, a space created to celebrate women who age not quietly, but radiantly. Here, we talk fashion, hair, and life in a way that uplifts the real you. We believe in wrinkles with dignity, in silver hair as a crown, and in clothes that don't try to make you look younger, but make you feel more yourself than ever before. If that speaks to your heart, I invite you to subscribe now so you never miss a new video. Because we post daily, with love and intention, just for women like you. And before we dive into our list, would you share with us where you're watching from? I love reading your comments and seeing how this beautiful sisterhood stretches across cities, countries, and continents. Just type your city below. It helps us all feel a little more connected. So, are you ready? Ready to rediscover the joy of summer dressing in a way that is light, honest, and deeply flattering for this incredible chapter of your life? Then come 1. The white blouse reimagined, a canvas of confidence. You might be surprised to hear this, but the most powerful piece in your summer wardrobe isn't loud, bright, or trendy. In fact, it's likely something you already own, tucked quietly at the back of your closet. A simple white blouse. But before you brush it off as plain, let me tell you why this unassuming garment can become your greatest expression of quiet strength. Think about it. A white blouse doesn't scream for attention. It doesn't try to make you look younger. It doesn't compete with the world. It simply holds space for you. In summer, when the light changes and the air turns soft, a white blouse becomes a canvas, not just for accessories or trousers, but for your mood, your energy, your essence. Whether it's cotton, linen, or silk, it brings an airy dignity to your every move. And the beauty of it lies in the details. A sleeve slightly rolled, a collar popped open just enough, a hem untucked like a whisper of freedom. I remember meeting a woman in Provence, elegant in her late 60s, who wore a crisp white blouse with vintage earrings and khaki culottes. She looked like a poem, not because she tried to, but because she didn't. The blouse let her presence lead. That's what style should do. It's not about covering up, it's about showing up. And the white blouse does that with grace. Pair it with jeans on market days, with a flowing skirt for brunch, or tie it at the waist with high-waisted trousers to feel quietly bold. Don't be afraid of creases. Linen lines tell stories, not imperfections. And don't be afraid of white. Its purity isn't about perfection, but about lightness, clarity, and space. In a world full of noise, the woman who wears white and walks with softness often commands the most respect. Because she's not proving, she's living. And here's something unexpected. The older you get, the more white becomes your ally. Not because it hides, but because it reflects. It bounces back the wisdom, warmth, and strength that radiates from within you. So the next time you hesitate at your wardrobe, wondering what to wear that feels like you, remember this. A white blouse isn't just a piece of fabric. It's an invitation to keep things simple, to stay grounded, and to walk into the world exactly as you are. No need to shout. Real beauty always arrives quietly. 2. The linen trouser, where elegance meets air. If you've ever wished your clothing could exhale with you, truly breathe as you do on a slow summer morning, then let me take you into the quiet revolution of linen trousers. They don't cling. They don't demand. They simply flow like a breeze brushing through tall grass at dusk. And yet many women hesitate with linen, afraid of the wrinkles, unsure if it flatters, wondering if it looks too casual. But let me offer you a new lens. What if the softness of linen is not a flaw, but a mirror of a life well lived? Wrinkles on linen are like laugh lines on the skin. They tell stories. These trousers, with their effortless drape and gentle waistbands, aren't trying to sculpt you into someone else's shape. Instead, they invite you to walk, to stretch, to sit cross-legged under a tree or stroll into town feeling untouched by the chaos of fast fashion. Picture a wide-leg, high-waist pair in soft oatmeal or dove gray, paired with a tucked-in blouse and a pair of leather slides. Suddenly, you're not dressing up, you're elevating your everyday. Linen trousers say, "I'm at peace." And peace, darling, is magnetic. I remember a friend in her 70s who wore navy linen trousers almost every day in summer. People didn't remember her outfits. They remembered how calm they felt around her. That's what real style does. It softens the air around you. And don't be fooled into thinking linen is shapeless. The modern cuts are refined, with flat fronts, subtle pleats, and ankle-grazing hems that make every step feel intentional. Choose a pair with a bit of structure if you like a neater line, or go for relaxed fits on beach days and farmers markets. Add a simple leather belt if you want to anchor the look, or just let them flow naturally with a soft shirt knotted at the waist. And yes, embrace the wrinkles. Iron them if you must, but let go of perfection. Because nothing says confidence like wearing something that moves and changes with you. Linen trousers are, in many ways, like the women who wear them best. Strong but gentle, unfussy but refined, grounded but free. And here's a truth that might surprise you. The clothes that love your body the most are the ones that don't try to change it. Linen doesn't correct, it collaborates. And that, my friend, is what every woman over 60 deserves from her wardrobe. Not control, but conversation. So this summer, slip into linen, not to hide, not to conform, but to remember what it feels like to walk through the world entirely in your own skin. 3. The midi skirt, the dance of softness and strength. What if your clothes could dance when you move, not for spectacle, but for joy? The midi skirt is one of those rare treasures in a woman's wardrobe that doesn't just hang, it glides. It whispers as you walk, it twirls when you laugh, and it always leaves room for air, for breath, for grace. For women over 60, the midi skirt is not about hiding legs, it's about honoring movement. You see, after decades of sitting, rushing, working, bending, holding the weight of families, jobs, and lives, the body begins to crave softness. And not just in feeling, but in silhouette. A well-chosen midi skirt, one that falls below the knee but above the ankle, offers coverage, yes, but more than that, it offers freedom. Choose a flowy fabric like viscose or soft cotton, and you'll feel it swish around your legs like music. Try one in a delicate floral, an earthy neutral, or a saturated jewel tone, and pair it with a tucked-in tank or a crisp blouse. Add a belt or a long pendant, and suddenly you're not just dressed, you're composed. I once met a woman in her late 60s who wore a rust orange midi skirt with a faded denim shirt and white sneakers. Nothing extravagant, but the way the skirt moved around her when she turned, almost like the hem was smiling, was unforgettable. That's the secret power of the midi. It creates shape, it invites attention without demanding it, and it allows you to express softness without surrendering strength. And the best part, midis are endlessly adaptable. With a linen top, they're resort-ready. With a structured blazer, they're dinner-worthy. With a simple tee and slides, they're perfect for markets or grandkids. And if your concern is your calves or your knees or your height, let me gently remind you, people don't remember the body part you fixate on. They remember the energy you radiate. And the midi skirt, with all its gentle folds and quiet rhythm, is designed to help that energy flow. So don't be afraid to let your clothes move with you, because movement, after all, is the soul's way of staying young. And here's a truth worth holding onto. Sometimes the most feminine thing you can wear is something that floats instead of clings, because floating means you've stopped chasing and started being. And isn't that exactly what this season of life is meant to be? 4. The statement accessory, small things, big presents. Here's something we don't talk about enough. How much power lives in the small details. When you walk into a room wearing a simple outfit, say, a white shirt and beige trousers, what catches the eye isn't always the clothing. It's the glint of a bold earring, the confidence of a scarf tied effortlessly, the shimmer of a beaded necklace resting gently on your collarbone. As we get older, our style often simplifies, and that's a beautiful thing. But the accessories, that's where we still get to play. Statement accessories don't shout. They whisper with flair. They say, I know who I am. I remember a woman I met at a garden party once, perhaps in her early 70s. She wore all black, chic, minimal, timeless. But around her neck was a vibrant silk scarf in shades of teal, coral, and gold. Everyone noticed her, not because she was loud, but because she had intention. That scarf wasn't decoration, it was expression. It said, I still feel deeply, I still love color, I still want to be seen. The right accessory turns any outfit into something remarkable. Try a wide straw hat on sunny days. It instantly says elegance. Or go bold with geometric earrings that frame your silver hair in artful contrast. Add a chunky cuff bracelet or a color-blocked handbag, and suddenly your outfit becomes a conversation. Not just with others, but with yourself. These are the little decisions that remind you that style isn't a performance. It's a reflection. And the older we get, the more we deserve to wear pieces that reflect our vibrancy, not mute it. And here's what no magazine will ever tell you. You don't need a closet full of clothes to feel stylish. You just need a few things that feel like yours and the courage to wear them unapologetically. A scarf that reminds you of a trip, a necklace passed down from your mother, a brooch that sparks a memory. These aren't accessories, they're anchors. And in a world that often tries to forget older women, choosing to be visibly, delightfully yourself, even through a pair of earrings, is a quiet form of rebellion. So go ahead, let your accessories speak volumes, because even the softest voice deserves to be heard beautifully. 5. The summer sandal, grounded and glowing. Have you ever slipped on a pair of shoes and felt like you suddenly remembered who you are? Not the you from your busy 40s or your figuring it out 20s, but the you who walks into a room without apology, who chooses comfort and confidence without compromise. That's the quiet power of the perfect summer sandal. While the world keeps spinning in high heels and plastic slip-ons, a woman over 60 knows your feet are sacred. They've carried you through decades. They deserve better than blisters or bling. That's why summer sandals, real ones with care in their craft, aren't just a wardrobe staple, they're a declaration. Think soft leather straps, cushioned soles, rich earth tones, or timeless metallics that glint in the sun without screaming. Imagine slipping into a bronze low-heeled sandal with a linen dress and feeling like you could stroll through a cobblestone market in Tuscany, even if you're just heading to the post office. I once knew a woman, 67 and fiercely radiant, who wore the same pair of sandals every summer. Minimalist, hand-stitched, molded to her foot. She said they felt like home, and you could tell, because every step she took had that effortless rhythm, the kind that only comes when your body and spirit aren't in conflict. The right sandal doesn't try to reshape your foot. It supports it, honors it, walks with it. Whether it's a woven slide, an elegant gladiator, or a strappy number with a gentle lift, when chosen well, it transforms your whole posture. And you don't need dozens. You just need 2 good pairs. One that feels like butter and one that makes you feel bold. Wear them with cropped trousers, midi skirts, long dresses, or even wide shorts. But most importantly, wear them with intention. The truth is, you are never more stylish than when you are pain-free, rooted, and glowing from the ground up. And here's a lesson worth remembering. If you want to feel young again, start with your feet, not to chase youth, but to carry joy. Because when your steps feel light, the world somehow does too. And that, my friend, is the most beautiful walk you can take. 6. The cap sleeve or sleeveless top, freedom at the shoulders. Let me ask you something tender. When did we start believing that aging arms needed to disappear? That if our skin softened or spotted, we somehow had to wrap it up in shame? I want to gently challenge that notion today, because there is something deeply freeing, radical, even, about a woman over 60 wearing a sleeveless top on a summer afternoon without apology. The cap sleeve or sleeveless blouse isn't just about staying cool. It's about shedding layers of judgment we never needed in the first place. Picture a lightweight cotton shell in soft olive or ivory with a subtle neckline and clean lines. It doesn't cling, it doesn't announce, it simply reveals what's real, you unguarded and glowing. I once shared a moment with a retired dancer in her early 70s, arms freckled, strong, and unhidden. She wore a sleeveless linen top with flowing trousers and a chunky turquoise necklace. When I complimented her confidence, she smiled and said, "These arms held babies, lifted luggage, and danced under stars. Why would I hide that?" That line has stayed with me ever since. Your arms tell your story, and your story is worthy of being seen. If you're not quite ready to go sleeveless, try a cap sleeve. It provides a touch of coverage while still feeling open, breathable, and alive. Pair these tops with skirts, wide-leg pants, or shorts. Add a floaty scarf or a long pendant necklace if you feel like dressing it up. And remember, showing skin isn't about exposure. It's about expression. It's about standing in sunlight and letting the breeze kiss your shoulders, not because you're trying to impress anyone, but because you're simply allowing yourself to feel it. And here's something to carry with you. The more we hide, the less we feel. And life, especially after 60, is too precious to feel half alive. So let the sun touch your skin. Let your shoulders breathe. Let your 7, the everyday dress, one piece, infinite possibilities. There's something truly magical about a dress that doesn't ask for anything in return. No fuss, no tugging, no constant adjustments. Just slip it on and feel like yourself, instantly. That's the beauty of the everyday summer dress. It doesn't have to sparkle or be dramatic to make an impression. It just needs to let you move through the day with a sense of ease and quiet beauty. For women over 60, the perfect summer dress isn't a trend. It's a faithful companion. A sleeveless midi with a gathered waist, a button-down shirt dress in crisp cotton, a sleeved jersey wrap that hugs gently but forgives freely. These are more than just garments. They're moods. I once met a woman traveling solo through Portugal in her late 60s. She had 2 dresses with her. That was it. One was a dusty blue shift with deep pockets, and the other a linen wrap in olive green. She told me, when you wear a good dress, you don't need to explain yourself. And she was right. A well-chosen dress doesn't shout. It settles on your shoulders like reassurance. It makes getting dressed in the morning a joy instead of a decision tree. Want to go to the market? Throw it on with sandals and a straw bag. Afternoon tea with friends. Add a bold necklace and a soft cardigan. Evening stroll. Just change your shoes and maybe a touch of lip color. The everyday dress transitions with you, from garden to gallery, from living room to lakeside. And here's the real trick. It doesn't have to be tight or overly tailored to be flattering. Look for fluid shapes, soft necklines, and fabrics that breathe. Empire waists for a romantic lift, A-lines for grace, or even straight shifts for a minimalist, sculptural feel. And let's retire the fear of pattern, shall we? A subtle print or a splash of color might be the very thing that lights up your face in the soft light of evening. And here's a truth that goes deeper than fabric. The more simply you dress, the more clearly you shine. So let your dress the long short confidence just above the knee. There's a moment of hesitation many women face when summer arrives, to bare the legs or not to. But let me ask you this, when did knees become the enemy? Somewhere along the way, we were told that aging legs should be hidden, as though softness, freckles, or varicose lines were signs of failure. But those legs, they carried you through heartbreaks, births, milestones, quiet mornings, and triumphant returns. They've earned the right to be free. And that's where the long short comes in, a gentle compromise between modesty and movement, structure and style. Hitting just above the knee or grazing mid-thigh with a tailored fit, long shorts are your summer secret weapon. Choose them in soft cotton, breathable linen, or light denim with a clean hem or subtle cuff. High-waisted options with elastic backs are both flattering and forgiving, perfect for pairing with everything from a breezy blouse to a tucked-in tee. I once complimented a woman in her mid-60s on her smart navy Bermuda shorts and crisp striped shirt. She leaned in and whispered with a wink, "They feel like pajamas, but people think I'm elegant." And there it is, the balance we all crave. Shorts that don't sacrifice comfort for style or dignity for trend. You can wear long shorts with espadrilles, leather sandals, or even soft canvas sneakers. Add a slim belt or a statement earring, and suddenly your look is elevated without trying. And if you're worried about knees or veins or texture, I gently remind you, no one notices the things we obsess over. They see your posture, your smile, your presence. And the woman who wears shorts after 60 doesn't just dress practically, she walks with quiet defiance. Because choosing not to hide isn't vanity, it's vitality. It's the joy of feeling the sun on your skin again, the wind on your legs, the freedom of sitting cross-legged on a picnic blanket without adjusting anything. And here's what I want you to remember. What the world calls flaws are often just marks of a fully lived life. So wear the shorts, walk tall, sit comfortably, and let your legs tell their story with pride. 9. The lightweight layer soft protection, effortless style. You may not think of a cardigan or a kimono as exciting, but let me tell you, the right lightweight layer can change everything. It's the quiet hero of your summer wardrobe, the piece you reach for when the sun slips behind a cloud, or when the restaurant's air conditioning is a little too bold. But more than that, it's a symbol of grace, a soft shield that doesn't hide you but frames you. There's a poetic charm in throwing a gauzy cotton duster or linen blend wrap over your sleeveless dress or cap sleeve top. It gives you shape, motion, and elegance, all without effort. I remember once seeing an older woman at a coastal cafe, her silver hair swept into a bun, a pale mint tunic flowing behind her as the sea breeze picked up. The way that fabric moved, gentle and confident, was unforgettable. It didn't matter what she wore underneath. That one layer told the story. In summer, your layer doesn't need to be heavy. It just needs to be thoughtful. Try a sheer kimono in a botanical print, a cropped cardigan in cream, or even a loose linen jacket with bracelet-length sleeves. These aren't afterthoughts, they're style statements. Pair them with sleeveless tops, flowy dresses, or even shorts. Use them to add dimension, soften bold colors, or simply make you feel wrapped in something intentional. And if you're someone who still worries about your arms or your upper back, This is your solution, not because you have to cover up, but because you can choose how you're seen. A good layer gives you agency. And here's the truth few will say out loud. You don't need to be put together to be powerful. You just need to be comfortable in your presence. A lightweight layer doesn't mask your body, it frames your energy. And the older you get, the more radiant that energy becomes. So whether you're heading to a lunch date, the farmer's market, or simply sitting by a window with a good book, let your layers move with you. Not because you're hiding, but because you're free. 10. The everyday bag carry light, live full. We carry so much in life. Memories, wisdom, moments of joy and heartbreak, and yes, sometimes a good bit of stuff. But as we get older, something changes. We begin to crave lightness. Not just in our hearts, but on our shoulders. That's where the perfect summer bag comes in. Not the oversized tote that strains your back, nor the clutch that holds only breath mints and regret, but that sweet spot. A well-chosen, everyday bag that balances form, function, and freedom. I've seen it many times. A woman walks into a room and before she even speaks, it's her bag that tells the story. A woven crossbody in rich chestnut. A soft canvas satchel with frayed edges and personality. A pale blush leather shoulder bag worn in all the right places. These bags aren't accessories. They're companions. They hold tissues and lip balm, sunglasses and spare change, a favorite book or a hand cream that smells like rosemary and sea air. But more than that, they hold who we are in layers, in fragments, in the little comforts that make our days easier. Look for a bag that works with your life, not against it. Light enough not to burden, deep enough to be useful, elegant enough to feel like part of your outfit. Straw totes are perfect for garden days and beach strolls. Soft leather slings add polish to linen outfits. Don't shy away from color either. Maybe a coral bag with a neutral ensemble, or a navy satchel that grounds your florals. And here's the thing, your bag is a metaphor. What you carry is a choice. And sometimes, letting go of the heavy purse also reminds us to let go of what we no longer need. Old expectations, unnecessary apologies, things we carry out of habit rather than purpose. Because the most stylish women I know don't just choose bags, they curate their lives. So here's your permission in case you've been waiting for it. Carry light, walk free, and choose what you hold close with care, not just in your wardrobe, but in your heart. And so here we are, my dear, standing at the end of our gentle journey through 10 timeless summer essentials, not as a list of garments, but as a celebration of everything you already are. Wise, radiant, grounded, and free. These aren't just clothes, they're quiet allies. The soft white blouse that lets your confidence shine. The linen trousers that breathe as you do. The skirt that dances, the sandal that remembers your steps, the sleeveless top that says, yes, this body has lived and it's beautiful. Each piece we explored is not about turning back time, but about standing fully in this moment, your moment, and dressing it with intention, with dignity, and with a touch of daring joy. And perhaps, somewhere along this video, you didn't just see clothing. You saw pieces of yourself, your past, your power, your pleasure rediscovered. If so, I invite you to pause here and share something with me. What's one piece you'll embrace this summer with a little more love and a little less fear? Comment below your city, your story, or just a word that captures how you feel now. I read every note, and this community of timeless women grows stronger with every voice added. And if this video brought you a sense of warmth, insight, or even just a smile, click that like button. It helps more women like us find this space. And subscribe if you haven't yet to walk with me through more stories, more style, more truth. Because here on the Timeless Wise channel, beauty never expires. It only evolves. Thank you for spending your precious time with me today. May this summer be one of softness and strength, of movement and meaning. And may you dress each day not for approval, but for the woman you've become, the one who no longer hides